Hey folks, Pete Winarski here with the Business Consultant Institute, and I want to tell you a little bit about some of the exciting feedback and the results that we're hearing about from people who attended Power Up Your Consulting Business. I mean, Terry Levine and I are thrilled with what people who went through this program just 2 months ago are reporting in. So I want to share some of these stories with you real quick. First, these reference numbers on the wall here, numbers and letters, what do they mean? Well, let me give you a sense of what this is. First of all, the number 20, Marianne Ross. Marianne attended Power Up, and she has been implementing the strategies that we're talking about and is getting, her goal is 1 to 2 prospect conversations every day. These are meaningful conversations where she's reaching out to specific people that she's targeting and listing, and she has actually so far nailed 20 conversations that look like they are turning into real client work. So, or have already, one or the other. So that is amazing. And China, she is on her way to China. She's heading to China because she was able to connect and get a gig doing what she does, but not just here in the US. She's heading to China to do it, to expand her network over there while she's there. I mean, that's pretty cool. Second number, 50. Dave Garrison attended Power Up, and within a month of attending, he shared back with us that he had closed $50,000 of work that he would not have closed at least that soon or that quickly had he not implemented some of what we taught him when he was at Power Up. What he said was he was able to apply the first strategy on his list. He really just, he had that aha moment, the light bulb went off, and he started to phone up the clients, specific clients on his list that fit the criteria that we were talking to him about, and he nailed it. He managed to get one of them to say yes to a big chunk of work. So there's $50,000. I mean, that return on investment blows away the fee level that he paid and invested to be part of the program. So, I mean, that's amazing. And Canada, why does it say Canada? Because Dave is doing some work in Canada right now. So this is amazing because not only can you crush it in your own local geography, but you can also take this internationally if you choose. Now, I don't want to put China and Canada on here and scare you away, because that's not what this is about. What it is about is opening up your perspectives. Wherever you are right now, that's where you start from, and grow to what it is you want this to become and what you need it to be for you. Your business is your business. You know your strategies, and as you go through Power Up, you'll learn what fits you, and you'll be able to start applying all of these different techniques and ideas. Some of them will fit well with you, and some of them will be just not right for you now, and you need to just get past a certain threshold, and then you can implement those things and see your results take off. That's what we want to see. This last number, the number 61, this is a really great number that I feel happy about, because this is reported by David Tweet, who is the Vice President of Consulting for Win Enterprises. Now, Win Enterprises happens to be my consulting company. So here's David, who comes and sees what Terry and Pete go through in Power Up and lay out all of these strategies. And then right away, after Power Up, the amount of work that he poured into with great focus, great clarity, and great seriousness to apply what we taught. This is amazing. This is one of those stories that I'm really thrilled about, really happy with, because this impacts me directly. This is the business that we're growing, and $61,000 is the amount that he closed within the first couple weeks of coming back from Power Up. And it's just a matter of applying the strategies, because the strategies work. The principles we're teaching work. But you then have to simply decide for yourself, these are important to me, I'm going to do it. So here's something special I want to share with you as we get into the details of how some of this stuff works. I'm actually able to sit with David, and we're going to sit and talk to him about his experience at Power Up. So don't go away. We'll be right back with David and Pete having this conversation about the results and the strategies and the approaches and the experience of being at Power Up live and in person. Stay tuned. Hey folks, Pete Winarski here, and I'm sitting here with David Tweet. David is the Vice President of Consulting for Win Enterprises, and he was one of the people at Power Up just, 2 months ago?
Yeah, it's been very recent.
So what I want to do is I'm just going to ask him some questions I just drafted here. Here they are, the questions that I just wrote out. And just want to get your sense of having been there, of what the experience was like. So
sure.
First off, what was your biggest takeaway from being at the Power Up event?
It was amazing. There was so many different people that I networked with, so many great individuals, people that have high potential, along with all the great strategies that you and Terry shared with us. I really appreciated all of that.
Excellent. Yeah. So, obviously there were a lot of great people here, and it made it so much fun. I think back to, for myself, here I am with Terry, we're in the front of the room, we're teaching, we're facilitating, we're getting all these things out there. And what made it really a joy to me was the interactions with, you folks who were there. So that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So, all right, results, it comes down to results. So since Power Up for you 2 months ago,
yep.
What are the results you've gotten?
So since Power Up, we've gotten $61,000 in consulting support for 2016 already. We have another $16,000 we're going to close this week, and by just implementing one of the key strategies that you and Terry shared with us, we are in active dialogue with six different companies, and we expect to close between $200,000 and $250,000 in consulting support alone, just with those six.
That's not a small number.
No, and the list goes on and on and on as far as how many additional companies we're now in active dialogue with and taking them through those conversations.
Are you happy with those results?
I'm very happy with those results.
Are you surprised?
A little.
Yeah?
A little, to be honest. I thought it would be awesome results. Didn't think they'd be that big, that fast. But, the other thing to remember is that Win Enterprises is a 7-figure company, and we're expecting to double in 2016. So, when we're doubling in size, I want to be extremely aggressive, and I want to implement as many of these strategies as I can.
Excellent. I like that idea. Let's keep going. What are some of the strategies that you've implemented so far?
So since Power Up, we came back and we peppered the wall with all the different strategies. We mapped out what are the most of the ones we wanted to work on first, because they're all very effective. We have, since Power Up, we've implemented a strategy called lumpy mail. Not going to go into a lot of detail on that, but that's the 6 companies we're in active dialogue with. We are actively working on changing our website and improving that. And we have 2 publications that we are finishing up, which really represent who we are and get our name out there. Plus, we have a book that we are in the process of finalizing and getting into the editor's hands so we can get that published in 2016.
Been busy?
A little bit.
Here's someone who's watching this saying, oh my goodness, those are amazing results. I want those results. I know you want those results too. I want those results. But how do I now get myself either off the ground because I'm starting, or I'm a one-person consulting company and I'm spending all my time at clients doing client work? How do I go and write books and publications and do this lumpy mail and all this other stuff? How do you do all of that? What would you say to someone who's considering coming?
Number one, by coming to this event, you're going to gain a great number of network resources that, helping each other, encouraging each other. That's number one. Number two is map it out first and start with a strategy. Do one first. Get that done. Go on to the next. but continue to make that progress over time, and the results speak for themselves.
All right, well, I like that. One more. Okay, so why should someone come to the live event? I mean, it's one thing to know about it and you get some exposure, but Power Up Live, power up your consulting business. Why would someone come to the live event?
Well, there's countless reasons why. First reason is the network of individuals that you meet is amazing. You have people in that room, the majority of people in that room are extremely high potential individuals. These are the people that are going to light the world on fire with their businesses. And being around all those high potential individuals, you feed off that motivation, you feed off that energy. Even after the live event, you have those relationships, you have the network that you can call other people that are going through it right with you and talk about, here's some of my successes and here's some of the things that I'm struggling with, and you can motivate each other within the group, within the there's a special Facebook group that we are all a part of, and that posting and encouragement is a way that just really helps, especially when you're working nonstop at driving this forward very quickly.
Have you been interacting a lot with people who are there?
I have, and there's some individuals that I met there that one, it's fun to help them. It's fun to encourage those that are just starting out in their career, in their business, and giving them encouragement, telling them it is work, but it's fun at the same time.
Right, good. What about some of the extra attention that people were getting? I mean, the people who raised their hand and asked questions during the event, we made sure that they were up in the front of the room. We had a nice hot seat for them so that they can describe their situation. But for those who went into that, how was that a huge benefit? Going through really the dialogue about their specific problem, their specific challenge, and walking them through. What was that like?
Well, I think that was very energizing for everyone in the room. And some of the questions that they were asking, even though they were at different points within the development of their company and building their business, some of those questions really applied to Win Enterprises. And that's the benefit that was gained by going to the live event that you wouldn't get by just reading the content.
Right. So the interactions in the room made all the difference in the world.
It did.
Excellent.
It did.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations. Keep those results flying, right?
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, folks, David Tweed, Win Enterprises, knocking it out of the park using what he learned at Power Up Your Consulting Business.